There we go. Now we're recording. Okay. So, all right. What I want to go over with you guys tonight is the 531 method that I learned at my Super Sunday. And I believe this is going to be something very similar to what Carl is going to have his small group about for the people that are all registered for Summit and are in the Team Cup. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure because I learned this from Meg Kozlowski, who is one of the top 20 coaches, and she shared this with us, and I think it's a really good system, especially for right now, because social media has changed so much, and we need to really revamp the way we work our businesses now. Things are totally different, and this is a really good way to change it up, start building relationships with people, and working our businesses the way they really should be done on social media, because we are a relationship company, and that's kind of it's really taking it back to basics and really starting to get to know our followers, our potential customers, and identifying with them so that we know how to interact and how to share with them what they may need from us. And it may be the case where you find someone that really needs your help but isn't necessarily your avatar. When you have a team, you can always, recommend somebody down in your team or cross-line that that person can be better helped by than you, because it's not always about a sale. It's about the person. So you have to think about that too. So I'm going to share my screen and just go through the slideshow, and let me, there. Okay. Can you guys all see my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay. So, it starts all back with the 4 vitals, but really you have to, kind of have a step in here between 2 and 3. This is like kind of 2.5. And it's all about relationship building. So, this is the step that we're gonna add. So this is vital behavior 2.5 that we're gonna talk about. This is what I think we all need to be doing, especially right now, for those of us that run our business on our Facebook profile and not through a Facebook page, which anymore, if you don't have a Facebook page that has, 2,000 or 3,000 followers at minimum, it's really not worth it for you to do that. You can still build your business on your Facebook profile, but you've really got to keep all of your business activity behind the scenes, because Facebook is cracking down on that, and they will shut you down if they find you doing business on your profile. So that's what we need to get back to, is really building those relationships and learning how to talk to people again as friends and getting to know them like they are your friends. Okay, so what this whole system is it's called the Social Power Hour and the 531 method. And it consists of an actual hour, but you can break it up into small blocks throughout your day if you need to, but it's all based on really being social with your followers. The 2 main platforms that this is going to work the best with is going to be Instagram and Facebook. And right now, I don't know if a lot of you are starting to find the value in Instagram and Insta stories and Facebook stories. I think Instagram stories right now is really taking off, and it's giving people a little bit more behind the scenes of what you do other than just, 4 or 5 posts on Facebook.
I just seen the Facebook stories. I didn't know anything about the Instagram one.
Yeah, and it's big stuff. It's big news. And if you don't know a lot about how to do any of this stuff, I'm going to suggest to you guys that you get on the podcast Social Media Moneymakers. It's Brock Johnson, who is Chalene Johnson's son, does this podcast. He's pretty good. The one thing that he is very good at is being on the cutting edge of all the social media stuff, but he's also really good at teaching you how to do it. So I would suggest getting on, and you can get on his website, which is, I believe it's just socialmediamoneymakers.com. And you can listen to his episodes right there on his website. But they're all listed, and not only on his website are his episodes listed, but his show notes and links and how-tos and lots of really good stuff. So if you need to know how to get into any of this stuff, I highly recommend that. Okay, so what we're going to be going over is how you're going to be socializing with the people that you specifically want to work with, because not everybody is going to be our person, our avatar, or our target market. So being social with people is going to help you weed through and find the people that you really want to have a good relationship with and want to work with. And it also shows that you care and you're not just trying to sell them a product or whatever. So, again, during this power hour, your main goal is going to be social, and you're going to want to do this type of power hour a couple times a week. It's not every day, because that's just too time consuming, because you're going to want to be doing, your other activities as well. But we're going to be a social for this the block of time. And again, if you need to break it up, you can totally do that. So in order to make this work, you've got to have people to talk to. And in order to have people to talk to, you've got to be very intentional about what you're posting online. It used to be on social media that you really had to post, a bunch of times a day, like 4 or 5 times a day and all this crazy stuff. Not anymore. People don't want to see it. They're just going to, scroll past you. So they don't want to see it. They just want to be intrigued. They want to be, find something that's funny, inspiring, motivational. They want to learn something, and they want to get to know who you are. So anymore, we're going to try to keep the posts to 2, maybe 3, depending on how you like to post. But you also have to be mindful of the times that your followers more engage with you. So for me, on Eastern time, I find that between the 8 and 10 o'clock hour in the morning is really good. Lunchtime is kind of mediocre, but evening is when my people engage. I don't engage in the evening. I shut down in the evening. So if I'm going to post, I have to make sure that I schedule my posts to go up 8:30, 9 o'clock, because that's when my people engage, which is funny because if it's my target market, normally you would say, well, my target market shuts down, but they don't. My target market is actually online in the evening. So, okay. So I'm going to go over this really quick, and then we're going to go back through and kind of dive deep into it a little bit. But we are going to break your social power hour into blocks. So into your first block, you're going to have 20 minutes in your first block. Your first 10 minutes are going to consist of commenting back to people who commented on your posts on Facebook and or Instagram. And if you're newer to Instagram, you may not have as many, or if you're a newer coach, you might not have as many. So you can fill your 10 minutes with both Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes you might need to do a social power hour for Facebook and then a social power hour for Instagram if you have a lot more people to talk to. And, you know, just commenting casually on whatever they said, you know, hey, thanks for the love, you know, whatever. And then your second 10 minutes is also thanking the people who liked or commented on posts through a one-on-one message. So that's also going into your likes. So you might have, you know, 10, 15, 20 or more likes on a post that you're going to need to go through and message those people. Okay, so your second block, you're going to have another 20 minutes. And what you're going to do for the first 10 minutes is searching for your niche on Facebook or Instagram and engaging them. You can do that by searching hashtags, especially on Instagram, searching groups, get into a couple groups and just, you know, like people's comments, find something that you're really passionate about. So right now, something that's very new for me is we're thinking about getting a mini golden doodle. I'm kind of excited about that.
They're such good dogs.
No, they're so cute.
They are.
So we put a deposit down, and the puppies are going to be born in the end of February, but we can't pick ours until April. So what I'm doing is now I'm getting into a few different like golden doodle groups and chatting to people and talking about their dogs and something that's kind of interesting with that group is there's like specific types of that breed. There's an F1 and there's an F1B, and only those types of dog lovers know what that is. And so I can engage with those people a little bit in those groups and then just, you know, as you get a conversation going back and forth within either the hashtag through Facebook or Instagram or the Facebook group, then after you've had a few back and forths, then, you know, we can start adding them as friends, things like that. Okay, so your second block is going to your ideal niche followers and friends and adding their friends who are not coaches. This is better to do in Instagram and 531 them. Okay, and I'll go into that in a minute. Okay, we're just gonna work through these blocks and then I'll tell you what the 531 is. Okay, so your third block, you're gonna be commenting and liking on your coaches, your teammates, and customers' social media posts. So this would be easier to do on Facebook if you created lists. You know, you can, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but in Facebook, you can create specific lists of people, posts that you want to see. And so you can like tag them, my team or my customers or January customers or whatever, or current challengers, however you want to do it. And Facebook will only show you those people in your newsfeed, and you can sort through those really easy that way. So that would be maybe something to set up, and that way you could really quickly go through and like and comment on the people that you're working with now, and people really appreciate that. Your fourth block, oops, sorry. I lost my place. Okay, here we go. Your fourth block is going to be 10 minutes commenting on and liking on individuals that you've added to your prospective customer or prospective prospect coaching list. So these are not people that you necessarily have already on your team, you know, people that you want to work with or want to have as a member of your team. Okay, so that's the 4 blocks. That's how they work. Okay, so block 1, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into this. You should have at least 2 posts from the previous day or further back that you can go through and start engaging and messaging these people from. So again, your attraction marketing needs to be really on point, and you need to be talking your truth. So if anybody has not gone through and done the avatar training that Paula and I have done and things that we have shared in previous calls, gosh, I think it was in December, just go into the team page and do a search for avatar, and all that stuff will come up. If you haven't done that, you really have to do that, because this is going to help you with your posts that are going to target these people that you're going to be engaging with, okay? And then your next 10 minutes, you're really going to get involved with taking some time, taking some well thought out thank yous for people who've gone through and liked your posts, and make sure that this is done in a one-on-one message. So there's a really great way that you can direct message people through Instagram, and it doesn't, I don't know, I think it's a little bit more personal than Facebook. You just have to play around with it if you haven't done Instagram much, but it's kind of becoming a better platform to do what we do rather than Facebook, because Facebook is so saturated with multi-level marketing people that are doing it wrong right now. And people are just sick of it. They don't want to see it anymore. So relationship building and quality posts, okay? All right, so here is an example from Meg. She just did a post about, where she lives and, that she hates winter. And so she got some comments back from people, and she just was real. She didn't try to turn the conversation into anything other than chit chat, just getting to know these people. And, just back and forth, and that's it. Oops, sorry about that, guys. So just back and forth, and that's all you need to do is just be social with people, okay? Okay, so here's a couple more examples. How do you message someone who comments or likes on your post? So if it's a fitness post, you would message them. Hey, Jill, thank you so much for the comment on my workout post today. It's definitely not so easy to share that stuff on social media sometimes. And I'm just trying to get results since it's a new year. Are you doing anything fitness-wise right now? So if it's a fitness post, you have every right to respond to them. How are you doing with your fitness? I always put in mind, how are you coming on your 2018 goals? Are you sticking to your resolutions? What was your resolution for this year? How are you doing with it? Stuff like that. As far as if you put a fitness post out there, you're absolutely entitled to ask them how their fitness is. If it's on a regular post, Meg loves Guilty Pleasure TV, and so that was her response. She glad you're not alone. What did you think of the season? Now that would totally not be me, but you get the idea. You just have to have a regular conversation. Okay, so block 2. Your first 10 minutes, searching for your niche on Facebook or Instagram. So again, if you're using Facebook, it can be groups that you're part of. On Facebook, they also do hashtags, but it's not as well done through Facebook as it is through Instagram. So, and make sure you look for people and kind of creep their page a little bit, because you want to make sure they're not already a coach. It doesn't matter if they're in another MLM. Other MLM peoples need to get fit too. So don't exclude people that are already a part of an MLM. A lot of MLM people have not been happy with what they've been doing and have come over to Beachbody. So don't be afraid to, start chit-chatting with somebody in another business. Your goal is to find 10 people who fit your niche, and then start engaging with them. Okay, for block 3, your first 10 minutes is you're going to be focusing on 1 to 2 people in your ideal niche. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 of your ideal niche followers or friends, and adding those friends only if they're not coaches, and 5-3-1ing them. Okay. Again, I'm going to go over this a little bit more, and this part is super easy to do on Instagram. You can do it on Facebook, but it's hard to do this because Facebook doesn't send them messages right away. They get like a notification that there's a message waiting. So it's not as easy on Facebook. Instagram, once you message somebody, they get a notification and they see your message. Okay, so how do you find your niche to follow? So again, avatar. What are some things that make up who you are? Come up with a list of 7 to 10 things that about you that you want to attract. You know, things that you like, hobbies that you're involved in, activities that you enjoy, books that you read, magazines, vacation places, like Disney or Star Wars or superheroes, you know, that kind of stuff. For Meg, she's a toddler mom. She's gluten-free. She's stay at home. She likes reality TV. So just different things like that, and be, you know, silly with it. Like she's a peanut butter lover, you know. Well, who isn't, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's not talk about food tonight, though.
Yeah, right, okay. They gotta recover later because I'm really looking forward to it. Oh. I'm sorry, recharge. Okay, so then you're gonna search for those hashtags on Instagram or Facebook for your, you know, your eccentricities that are you. Search for that stuff. And when you find someone under that hashtag that seems like someone you'd want to spend time with, invite out for coffee, then follow them or add them as a friend. And, you know, here's a couple little hints. Look for a photograph of them on their profile. If it's a dog or a cartoon, or, you know what? No, just, they have to show their face like you show your face. You need to see who they are. If they, you know, just have nothing but dogs all over their Facebook page, unless you're like a super huge dog lover, okay, that's fine. But you want to find people that have other interests and that post sort of regularly, not like we do. We're different. You know, we post 2 to 3 times a day. Regular people don't do that. So just, you know, just see what they've got out there and how often they put their stuff out there, and just see what they're about and if there's somebody that you want to engage with. Okay, so for Instagram, a hashtag that fits your niche. So Meg's would be Fit Toddler Mom. And find 10 individuals that you can quickly see from their profile that you guys would get along. Okay, here's how we break down the 5-3-1 method, and it works really good on Instagram. Out of those 10 individuals, like 5 of their photos, comment on 3 of them, follow and message them off of one of the photos you commented on. So say it was a picture of their kids and their dog. So you direct message them and you just say, oh my gosh, that picture you put up of your kids and your dog was so sweet. How old are your kids? Or what kind of dog is it? Whatever. But message them on one of those photos. So that's 5 likes, 3 comments, and 1 direct message regarding one of the posts that you liked or commented on. Okay, so for Facebook, start with the people that you're friends with now. If you're doing your vital behaviors and constantly adding people to your friends list, you've got to have tons of people you don't even know who they are, right? I mean, I've got probably 3,000 people on my friends list, but I'm not friends with 3,000 people. So these are people that you haven't engaged with or talked to in a long time. Make a list of 10 of them who are not coaches and start doing that same method. Get into their page, like a couple of things as long as they're posting consistently, like 5 of their things, comment on 3, and then send them a message. And if it's someone that you aren't friends with, obviously the message is just, it's gonna kind of hang out there until they accept it. So you gotta kind of watch that one. That's why it's easier to do on Instagram. How to engage with people you're not friends on Facebook yet. So it's just better to send them a message before you friend request them. That way they're not like, oh, who the heck is this? You can send them a message. Granted, it's gonna be waiting there, but you can just say in your message, hey, I saw you through a mutual friend of such and such, or maybe a post that a friend shared or whatever, and you just, you seemed like a nice person, or I like the photo you shared or whatever, and I just wanted to say hi and introduce myself or whatever. It can be based off of something you have in common, a friend, a hobby, whatever. And then the 531 will have to wait until you guys are friends so that you can actually see what they are, what they're posting about. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see that. So again, going through the 531 again, when you find people that fit your niche, don't do this with everybody, you guys. Then that will be overwhelming. You only want to engage with people that you would really want to work with. That's where drilling this down to your avatar is really going to help you find the people who want to work with you. Liking 5 of their pictures, commenting on the 3 that speak to you most. It doesn't have to be the top 3. Just go through their page. It can be one from, a few months ago. It doesn't matter. Then follow them and message them from one of those that you really identified with, okay? Okay, so your last block, your block 4. No, this is not your last block. You've got 5 blocks. Block 4 is going to be 10 minutes spent on commenting and liking on your coaches or your customers' social media posts. So you guys, we really need to do a good job of continually staying engaged with our teammates and our customers. Maybe our customers that haven't done a challenge group with us in a while, and we don't have them in a continuity group, something that you provide value to them after they've gone through a challenge with you. They like to know that you're still there, that you still care about them. So go through and find those people that you haven't talked to in a little while, that you've worked with in the past, and start re-engaging with them. When you guys do that, a lot of times your customer will come back and say, I've been watching you, and I've seen that program that you're doing right now, and I wanted to know more information, but time got away from me. I forgot. I'm really glad you messaged me. So really do that with your current customers, and especially your teammates. They just need to know that you're there, that you care about them, regardless if they are discount coaches or working coaches. You still need to continually stay engaged with them. And if you don't have a big team or customers yet, increase the time that you spent on the previous block. Let's see, if you're a new coach, you still have friends and family members that you haven't invited, spend this time commenting and liking on their posts, and then 531ing from your list of 100 contacts that you should be creating. Okay, so block 5. 10 minutes commenting or liking on individuals and doing the 531 method on individuals you added to your prospective customer or prospect coaching list. So you should have 2 lists all going at all times. So prospective customers and prospective coaching contacts. So Always do this. Have them tagged if you're using Teamsy or Streak or whatever type of customer relationship management tool you're using. Always have a tag or something that's so that you can continually go back and re-engage with these people. Every single person I talk to every day that fits my niche goes into one of these lists. So you should always be putting new people into these lists. Let's see. If the person is already posting about positive, uplifting things, fitness, nutrition, they automatically go into my coach prospect list. Okay, so if you do this kind of social power hour 5 days a week, you'll be able to start inviting the individuals you're conversing with to a challenge group or coaching when the timing is right. You'll notice that these individuals will start commenting and liking on your posts more often, which strengthens your relationship and avoids the awkwardness when you do invite them to a challenge or coaching group. And that's really all it is, you guys. And hold on, I'm going to take my screen down again. So it really is just a social power hour, but the way that it's done, I really thought that 5-3-1 method, especially on Instagram, was really great. And going into people that you already follow, going into their followers list and looking for your avatar through them. And it's so much easier. I know we've talked about doing this on Facebook, going to our friends page and looking at their friends, but it's not as easy because you have to friend request them, and sometimes they don't respond for like months. They don't even see it. People don't pay attention to that. But on Instagram, it's different, and Instagram people are a little bit more engaged. So if you're not using Instagram, I really suggest just giving this a try and seeing what happens. And again, I'm going to share this whole slideshow with you. And the other thing that I wanted to share is she also has this great checklist. So it goes over each block of time, and you've got your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for whatever days that you work, and then you check off when you've done your 10 minutes. And it's just kind of a really easy, simple way. You don't have to use this. You can just, write it down on a piece of paper or write it down on, whatever customer relationship CRM that you're using, and just put your check marks down that you did these 10 minutes, but add your people into a potential client, potential coach list consistently all the time. Okay. Paula, do you have anything that you want to add as far as what we've talked about with just the avatar stuff and relationships? And we learned about it at Summit, and creating curiosity and not spilling your guts all the time about what we're doing and the product that we have or the program. People don't know what a challenge group is, and so you can't use that language. You have to use the non-Beachbody language and let people get curious about what it is you're doing. But if you've got anything more that comes to your mind on that.
Yeah, it's like what you said with the avatar. Like, don't go into don't look for people that you don't want, So, like my pictures on Instagram, I go and I see who likes my pictures on my videos, and I go through their page and see what they're all about. And I don't like all those people. I don't want them to be part of my team or even follow me. So I don't always respond, or I always respond to comments, but I don't always go back to their page and like their stuff. But if it's people that I want, I go back and I like a whole bunch of pictures, and I've kind of been doing this, just not calling it this, I guess.
But, okay, good.
Yeah, but I don't, don't go looking for people you don't want, just to have a number, just to see your number go up.
And it's not about the likes anymore, you guys. It's about quality followers. So you need to put out good content, not just throw stuff up just to get a post up. Oh gosh, I haven't done anything today. Doesn't matter if you haven't done a post, and don't be in a rush to get something up there. Take 5 minutes to really think about something that's going to provide value for your followers, and then put your post up, because it's not about the likes anymore.
And I've noticed that I haven't gotten a lot of likes that are those fake likes, those that it's like they like you and they, follow my page to grow your account, whatever. Like I haven't gotten a lot of those in a while, which is good. I'm just getting regular people, which is kind of what you want. You want real people following you, not computers and
Yeah.
that.
And the other tip I'm going to talk about really quickly, and if you listen to the Social Media Moneymakers podcast, there's a fantastic 2 episodes about hashtags. Really be careful with your hashtags. I don't mean be careful, but be very specific with your hashtags. When you use those, and there's two debates. You either putting your hashtags in your comments, but spacing them down like 3 or 4 spaces so it doesn't clutter up your comment, or putting it underneath your comment or underneath your post, I should say, in the very first comment, you can put your hashtags. But here's the kicker. Don't use hashtags that everybody in the world's using that has 3 million people. When you start typing in the hashtag on Instagram, you can see how many people use it up at the top. Keep your hashtags more concentrated to your interests and keep them like 50,000 and under hashtag users, because that's going to target you a lot more instead of just throwing it out there to the hashtags that everybody uses. Because when somebody might search that hashtag, they're going to have millions and millions of people to sift through, and they're never going to see your post. Mm-hmm. But if you concentrate it and really dial in the hashtags that you use and keep it about 50,000 or under, you're more apt to show in the first 9 posts of that hashtag. It doesn't always happen like that. There's a weird algorithm there, but you're more likely to be up at the top if you keep the hashtags to where they don't have as many people using them. So,
by the way, Arlene Mean Sexy 18 has 86. Yay! So, we can get to I don't know, by the end of the 80 days, we should get to 500. No?
I love it. That's fantastic.
I feel like I've used it a decent amount. I don't know how it's not higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see yours. I'm looking at it right now. It's like you, me, Sandy.
I forget it. I gotta use it more. I forget.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Chastity's on there. So
it does make sense, though. I never thought about I'm still, I started Instagram at the first summit I went to, and I opened it that night in the hotel, when we got back from one of the talks and everything. And I always thought it made sense to do one that had bigger because you're hitting more people, but it definitely makes sense to do a big amount, but not too big, because like you said, I was just, while you were talking, I was doing some of the hashtags I normally do and scrolling through it. And yeah, it gets to be so many it's one that has a lot.
And the bigger ones, they always feature the celebrities and things like that. You never see, it's always the ones with the pretty pictures and the beautiful Instagram page that's just perfect, which makes me sick. But
that for us, that's not, like you say, like you always say, it's just not real life. No. That's not what we're.
Not real life. I mean, you kind of want to have a little bit of a theme, maybe like 3. Because Instagram is 3 pictures across, it's kind of nice to have maybe a theme of 3 main topics that you kind of always post about. Mm-hmm. Pick 3 main big things that really relate to you. I mean, and you can, with fitness, you can do a lot of different things in that category. Family can be another one, and there can be tons of stuff in that category. And whatever your third thing is maybe your hobby. I don't know. And there's a lot of things that you can post about that. But it's nice to have kind of a theme of 3 different things, since there's 3 blocks across. But in your Insta stories, those can be all behind the scenes stuff, and the same hashtag rule applies to Insta stories as it does to your Instagram posts. So, but you're not, as you're typing it in though, you're not going to see the count of how many posts that one has. So it's good to have a list. Create like a Google document that has all of your hashtags in it, and maybe then even ones that you use frequently in a notes on your phone, so that you can just copy and paste. But the other thing is too, you also need to relate your hashtags back to whatever the image is. It can't be the same hashtags all the time that don't really have anything to do with the picture. So if it's a picture of a sunset, you don't want it to stay, hangry snacks or whatever. I don't know. I am making the food. I'm hungry. So
brush your teeth and go to bed.
So, but anyway, just a few tips. I mean, there's so much more I could talk about with Instagram. But I honestly have learned so much from Social Media Moneymakers. I highly recommend you listen to that. I mean, they're short. They're no longer, I think the longest one I've listened to was 15 minutes. They're not long. He gives really good tips, really great ways to use them. And, I really would like you guys to listen to the one that he did on the Instagram features, because that's a new, within the last month, you can feature stories. Yes, that's it. That's it, Michelle. You can feature specific stories on your Instagram, and they stay there forever. But here's a trick that I learned, you guys. You can create an image and have each one of those stories have like the same image, and then it's like your blog. Then you put a title underneath it. So one could be tips, fitness tips. One could be healthy recipes. One could be, my hobbies, and then each of those stories goes through and tells a little bit about you related to that topic. And
I like that idea.
Yeah, so here, let me show you.
I wasn't sure how that worked. I started highlighting some of mine, but I like how you just put it together.
Yeah, it's so great. I want to show you, because my assistant, she's helping me with this. I don't know if you can you see that? So she's got the same image, and then each thing she's got nutrition, different teas that she likes. She has, scripture. She's got some blog posts, but there's quite a few. I think you can scroll. You can have quite a few of them on there. You can have a lot of different features. Whoops. So that's something that's really cool that she and I are working on right now, and to have them all look like your blog, kind of, and people can click on it and watch that particular story. But then at the end of each one of them, make sure you have a call to action. And so you got to know how to create Instagram stories. This is going to have to be something that's built over time, because you can only reuse stories after 24, or pick images after 24 hours. However, your Instagram, everything you've posted is in an archive right now. They've archived everything. So you can reuse that stuff, but you just have to bring it back to the front. So you have to either screenshot it or save it as a new picture, or resave the video, and then it'll come back into your 24-hour system where you can then repost it. But I would say no more than maybe, like, for each feature, no more than like 10, and that 10's a lot, maybe 8 images or short video clips for each thing, so it doesn't get overwhelming for people.
I like that idea. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's very cool. So anyway.
And I can officially think no more now.
I know. I'm like spent. And it's 9:30. We've been on here for a long time, so it's time to go.
Michelle stayed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping on, Sybil. It's so good to see
thank you.
Your eye's not swollen anymore. Yay.
Ready for bed.
No, it's not. I'm not feeling well, though. I was taking my temperature. I'm trying not to get the flu.
Oh, dang
I
it.
don't feel well, but.
Well, I appreciate you being on tonight. Thank you.
So whose page was that you were just showing on the Instagram? I was trying to look at it.
Okay,
What's her name?
Chrissy Addis, Addis. And hers is a work in progress too. So, but we're starting it. And if you can find her through me because I follow her.
Oh, okay. It's not the real Chrissy Addison? It's not that one?
Nope. It's ChrysieAddis. And if you go into my followers, you can find her.
So that's cool. So she just adds different ones to each category, like a bunch of videos.
Yeah, videos
or whatever, pictures,
Yeah. Yep. Isn't it great?
Nice.
And it just makes it really clean looking.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah.
I got to learn how to do one.
Social media money makers. He will teach you how to do it.
I just subscribed.
Okay.
Go get it.
I don't see her in your followers, Jen. Oh, but I see your two things down here, I think. New equipment and lift your something.
Lift your peaches.
Yeah. But is she, or maybe she's following you. Should I look there?
I just searched for her and it came up.
Yeah, she's following me as well.
You search under people, I think I did.
Yeah. You said CHR?
Nope, CRY.
Oh, see, that's why.
First thing that comes up on my Instagram when I open it, salted butter shortbread chocolate chunk cookies.
Oh God, don't say that.
Really?
Oh.
Really?
I'm serious. It's like, yeah.
I don't need a picture. I already got the... God, no. Did you see the goldfish on the floor that I wanted?
I'm officially, I got myself ready for Plan C tomorrow.
Oh,
My printer ran out of ink because I printed every document from 80 Day Obsession in color. So
I know, so much ink.
So I don't have ink. It only printed half a sheet, so I did a document on my phone. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to start tomorrow.
I'm hesitant to go to C because I feel like Mondays can be a little bit harder. Like, not that I fell off my nutrition at all this weekend, but I feel like sometimes Mondays I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of the kids in school and going to work and I feel like part of it was boredom. I was doing really good probably the last hour
I'm hungry. I was hungry.
of not thinking about it. But now I'm really getting hungry. I might wake up early tomorrow just to get my pre-workout meal.
I'm just so happy with my lunch tomorrow because it's going to be a green, a red, a yellow, a blue, a purple, and a teaspoon.
Shut up.
Yes. That is the meal that's usually the purple, green, and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets all that. Let me see. I think I get 5 teaspoons.
I don't know if C would be too much for me. I'll have to see how I feel.
Yeah, I'm not going to see after not seeing as much results, but it's only been a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leave it alone. Give it 2 solid weeks, and then we'll see if we need to adjust.
Yeah, I do fluctuate kind of A to B. Like, I stay on the meal plan, but I'm not 100% on B, but I'm eating like all the carbs like B. I'm eating like, so I'm full, I'm filled, but then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my God. Today I didn't seem full at all though. Every time I ate, I just wanted more. It just wasn't enough.
Well, we did a lot today in that workout.
Today was a lot. It was a heavy workout.
But I think getting up, like my first meal was at 5 a.m.
And
that's a lot earlier for me.
Did you increase your weights?
I did with a few of them, not all of them. And I did a few heavier bands on a few.
Yeah. I increased everything, and yeah, my body's tired tonight.
Yeah, I'm
I
feeling
definitely
I'm definitely going to need that vanilla. But yeah, I'm just so excited about my lunch because I wanted that blue something else besides a vegetable and a fruit.
I'm thinking
I want to have that. I want to have that salad that I made again. I didn't have it today because I had a salad for lunch, and then I went, oh, why did I do that? Because I wanted that snack. Sybil, so for our Plan B snack, it's a green, a blue, and a, what is it? A green, a blue, and a red?
Purple.
Green, blue, purple. Green, blue, purple. That's right. So I made a spinach salad with strawberries and blueberries and goat cheese drizzled with chocolate balsamic.
Oh, yum.
And espresso flavored salt. Oh my God.
Oh, so good.
It was so good.
I love this. It's like almost 10 o'clock at night when they're dreaming of food.
I know.
Let's go to bed so we can eat. Come on.
That's what I need to do tomorrow, though, because I want to put my goat cheese so bad. And it's like, I'm looking for, like, I want to do, like, some lettuce or spinach or something with shrimp and goat cheese. And there's nothing that I can do that combo with. So I'm always like, oh.
I think that's why I'm bumping myself up. One of the main reasons. I want to have cheese. And not hummus with my veggies. I want to have cheese and like, oh, I'm just going to have so much fun with tomorrow's lunch. I don't even care. I don't even know what I'm making. I'm just going to put it all together.
Everything.
I'm just, we're being all fancy over here with our LaCroix and our wine glasses and our pint glasses.
Yeah.
Like,
When I went to my friend's house Saturday night, Paula, and I had messaged you,
Yeah.
showing you that I stayed strong because I went to my friend's house that's like my wino friend. And she already had a bottle open, like a big bottle when I got there. And I went in with my bottle. I had a bottle of salsa water, and it was like this new flavor that I hadn't tried. And I was like, all right, yep. And then she's like, oh, did you want a glass of wine? I'm like, I'll take a wine glass. So she gave me a wine glass, and I poured it in. And then for like the 3 hours I was there, the kids are all playing. Every time she filled her cup, she gave me an excuse. Well, I don't really need the wine, but I'm really hormonal this week. And I don't really need the wine, but it was a really long week. And I looked at her, I'm like, don't give me, like, I'm fine. I'm good right now. And I actually, it didn't bother me. It didn't, and I love having my glass of wine, but it didn't faze me. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah. No, that's not.
I am going to Canada in 2 weeks, girls trip.
I can make pizza for lunch tomorrow. That combo. Like a fake pretend pizza, not like like little pita with my cheese and chicken. You're gonna see tomorrow I'm having pizza.
I'm avoiding your page tomorrow is what I'm doing.
my God.
I'm gonna be like, I'm going to Plan C.
On that note, my alarm just went up. I gotta go have my recharge.
Yes, I do too.
I gotta get some recharge because I think I'd be very satisfied with that right now.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad I recorded this whole thing. This is
Yeah, but cut that out at the end.
Feel better, Sybil.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.